Welcome to System Dynamics Online Tutorials. In this session, given the access to Dynamic 3i from a web base or web page, there are the customer vendor logins. The employee login is another way that an employee can gain access, or an outside entity can gain access to the Dynamic 3i installed suite of applications. With the employee login, unlike the customer and vendor logins where I can register as an external customer to the system or an external vendor to the system, the employee must be set up first to the system by DBA and assigned a valid employee ID as well as a password to gain access. Going to the employee login, I'm actually asked for the given ID or email address. If I happen to not know my employee ID, I can go by email address. And then I'm asked for a valid login password, which has been predefined by the DBA and assigned to that employee to gain access. There's no, if I happen to know my email address that I wish to, that I know myself by, I can actually enter that or the ID that I happen to know, and then assign the password. So if we actually call up, I have one set up on the system as employee ID 1. It will retrieve my individual email address, give me the name, etc. And if I know the password, I can gain access to the system as Robert Walsh here. I set in the password and I'm basically logged into the system. At that point in time, I'm given access to a suite of applications that is only valid for employees coming into the system that have been pre-set up. I can do expense entries, expense inquiries, and if I'm actually a salesman defined to the system, then these suite of applications will also come into play. If not, if I'm not set up as a salesman, then I would only have the expense entry and expense inquiry. The flagging as an employee gets into Dynamic 3i, covered on other tutorials, automatically allows me to do sales forecasts over the web, as well as weekly sales planning, sales call entry, follow-up reminder, any lost sales, and actually request an order request entry from a customer I may be talking to. I can instantly put in a request for an order for them, and I'll take internally I'll take care of handling that order. And that's from an employee perspective, and these are covered on different tutorials. The keynote here to understand is that the employee is logged in and given specific entry into certain applications over the web directly into the production environment of Dynamic 3i as a valid employee.